So these are just a small flower pot, and they'll have a rose or another motif embossed on the outside. So you put the mould up to the pot and you press the side of the pot into it. So the pot doesn't want to be too thin because it's going to be manipulated quite a bit after you've thrown it. You're using very, very soft clay. Pull it out, compress the base. Again, because it's such a small pot, you bring it up, you collar up with hands on both sides, and then compress back down. So the important bit is using those two fingers. So you put the clay between that, and that allows you to really manipulate it and push it a lot more. And then rib on the outside, fingers on the inside, and you're using a rib the same as you would your knuckle. And that's it, just one last straightener. Clean out the hole. Scrap. Because this clay is so soft, you don't really have to draw it up too far. It's just a very quick up and down to centre. Open out. And you don't need the wheel to go too fast when you're throwing. It's sort of medium stuff. It doesn't want to be going whizzing round too quick. So I've just caught my finger there, so that's where the clay isn't lubricated enough. Pull up. Sometimes you do vary it, so this little block of clay is a little bit stiffer, and that's the thing about our clay, it does vary from block to block. Even though it's been through a pugmill twice, it still is quite a material that just varies in its moisture content. It's a very fine clay, so it's sometimes harder clay takes a long time to get softer, to make soft. So with these, you want a good thickness of clay in that area there, because that's how big the moulding is going to be. So it's not a matter of making the pot as thin as possible, it's just a matter of making it as even as possible. So it will probably be a good ½ inch thick at that point. So this is a lot softer piece. Generally, the softer the clay, the slower your wheel turns. Partly because the clay wants to move out naturally. So if you're going too fast and it's very soft, it will go all over the place. When you throw the ball of clay on the wheel, you've got to do it with some force, so that's what's going to stick the clay to the bat. Otherwise you see it spinning off, which I think there's probably a video of somewhere. So this batch of clay is very smooth. Sometimes we get a bit more sticks and stones and little bits in it, but this one feels quite smooth. And we're starting to dig at the end of this month, so that's probably at the end of February. We'll be digging for next year's clay. So it'll be interesting to see what that comes out like. So it'll be dug and left on the surface for about a year before I use it. So the sun and the rain and the frost will break the clay down, which is what you need to do to make it frost proof. And then we'll mix it for pots and tiles. So it's quite a long process. So you never know from one year to the next what your next year clay is going to be. And sometimes it can be terrible, and what they used to call horse flesh, because you couldn't make anything out of it, or you could, but it was a struggle. If the clay's got too much silt, it almost becomes unworkable. Anyway, that's the last of those. So we've made the original, taken a cast in plaster, and then we use that. We actually put that upper side against the pot and press the wall of the pot from the inside, so you can see my fingers. And then peel the mould off. tidy up the edges. And you see how soft the clay is. I can easily push back and correct anything. And then a quick sponge. And that's it. Yorkshire rose.